read the order of August 8th, or August 5th, I'm sorry. At this time, I'm appointing Joe Holman as the clerk, and if he would take a roll call.
Sure, Steve Fink.
Here.
John Westfall.
Here.
Joe Holman is here.
Jim Conner, present.
Yes, we Yep.
Okay.
We will have.
Next thing we will do would be administer the oath of office for Tatiana. So, if you would please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Tatiana Tamaiswara Shirazaki,
having been appointed to the office
having been appointed to the office
of Board of Education for the School District of Mayville,
of Board of Education for the School District of Mayville,
swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution
swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties
and will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties
of said office to the best of my ability.
of said office to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So welcome.
Thank you.
We will have you sign some papers afterwards. Okay, proof of notice.
As listed in the agenda.
Approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Jim. Any questions on the agenda? Joe?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Motion carried, 5-0-1. Citizen comments. Approval of minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Dick,
Second.
second by Jim. Any questions on the minutes? Dick?
Aye.
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 Because you.
Yeah, it's true. Theoretically, she could actually.
Yep, you can vote.
4-0-2. Okay. Joe, is there any communications?
I have none unless you wanted to read it, Dave Oldenoff, or we say.
We'll say that till business. Okay, we have resolution 1920-28, approval of regular semi-monthly bills.
So moved.
Motion by Joe. Second by
Second.
Jim. Any questions on the bills?
I do got a question. I still haven't seen them online. Is there any chance?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
I'm looking in the wrong spot. I'll get with you on this side.
Yeah. Okay. The bills?
Cool.
Where? I saw them.
Absolutely.
They're online.
I
I
saw
gotta
them.
look again then. I'm still looking in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
No.
We requested that they work, so.
Yeah, I gotta find them then.
Not that they work.
What's not done?
The bills.
I saw them.
So we requested them to be on there. So, our director of technology is in the back of the room.
No, I'm talking on the website itself.
Correct.
Right, because
Yeah, so
I got
I've gotta go in there again and take a look.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm referring to it, because she's our webmaster. And if she's saying no, I'm like,
Yeah.
But the intention was that they're on there 3 months ago. So, okay.
No, I never knew they were supposed to be on the website.
Yeah.
And no one's ever sent them to me to put on the website.
All right, I thought that they were, so we'll get them up there tonight, and we can do months of them up there.
Gotta get everything right.
No problem.
Send an email, that way you get.
Any questions? Any other questions? If not, Joe.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried 5-0-1.
Everything
Any committee reports?
No. Okay,
Someone will-
if you get on each one, quick.
Administrative report.
Right.
I'm gonna keep my portion short for coming up here. There's a
See you
teacher addendum and a support staff addendum that both have some updates to them. So I created a little guide saying these are what updates are all about. And then I also, just on the bottom of it, included some conferences that are coming up for the administrative team. And then we did do a facility walkthrough at 4:30 today at the high school, just to see the last stage of construction, where things are at. And they're moving along, so we were told today that they will be out of the building. Officially, August 16th is the last day of construction. So at that point in time, we're being told that we should be able to get into cleaning mode of the high school. And we're actually, we're told that we could start to do the cleaning on next week, Monday as well. So it's gonna be a tiered approach. So there's still plenty of work to do. A lot of it had to do with the lead time on materials, but Pendorf is optimistic about being done on time. Travis is helping to work with some of the outside landscaping. Either it's been too wet or too hot and just things behind. So that would be one area that we really want to see some major progress in the next week. So we have, at the end of this week, there's a team headed to adolescent mental health training down in Pewaukee. That is a part of, we were one of the districts that applied for the safety grants in the state of Wisconsin. So we received a mental health safety grant, as well as just the overall school safety, kind of hardening of the shell of the building safety grant. This is a requirement of the mental health grant. So the team headed to that, and then we have another team headed to the threat assessment team training. Really, this is all, the timing of this is important for the United States of America. It's all about just being prepared. I know that we've done a lot to be proactive. We have an updated school emergency operations plan. We worked with Dodge County to create this. They have a Dodge County response plan, actually. We just hope we never have to use it. So we'll do some revisiting of all of our plans with the staff at the beginning of the school year, and make sure that we've got plenty of trainings that are naturally embedded into our calendar. So there's 2 important trainings happening within the next week and a half there. The high school furniture install, that's the sign that all is done when the last round of furniture is coming on the 19th. And it'll just be a few days of that. That's a pretty big install. There's a lot of scope being done right now. But still, there's everybody's familiar with the site. We've been working with these vendors. That should go very smooth. And then now at that point in time, we can actually get occupancy of some of the spaces. So like we've not had permission to be in the vast majority of the building this summer because it's been a major job site. So that's great to see, finally coming to a close there. And then you have a board meeting on the 19th as well at 6 o'clock. So I'll speak to the rest of my report when we get to the handbook.
Got a question for you about the mental health safety grant. Is there anything for mental health treatment as part of the grant, or just, so there's nothing as far as that, or preemptive or proactive treatment of individuals?
Not
Nothing.
for individual. This was professional development of staff. These are required trainings by the state of Wisconsin. For us, in our grant, we are covering Be the Change, and that is all 4 kids. We've covered a 7th grade version of a Be the Change Day through our Title IV dollars that we get. But no, this grant was not designated because it's a one and done. You get the dollars, they're not available the next year. So it was more to pay for resources, curriculum, that we paid for Second Step, which is our socio-emotional learning curriculum out of that. So no, we did not use ours for individual student mental health So, but we absolutely did do it for the, like, entire student body for full experiences, that kind of stuff.
And I think the county's cut back quite a bit as well, as for what I'm seeing. Is there any kind of direct link with the county a little bit more to provide?
Well, we have representatives attend the county meetings.
Okay.
In those discussions, like I haven't been probably for 6 months, but we have had other people go. But there's never been a discussion about cuts in that area. So,
I looked at their budgets, a little concerned. Is there any way to be more proactive? I think at some point, I think the resources in the area for kids are not necessarily there, but it's not necessarily the resources of the school district as well. Some of these are resources at the county level, sometimes even the police department level and stuff, and I still think that being more proactive as a school district to help facilitate, because sometimes school districts facilitate it just because we're with the kids so much
well,
during the day.
okay, so, what, 9 years now? So 7 years ago, we had the Dodge County, they had school, safe schools, you guys remember the title? Safe schools, healthy students? Something like that. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah,
nailed it.
yeah.
Nailed it. Yeah. So, but we received a federal grant, and that was impressive. And with that, we really, I think the area schools did a lot to build up the infrastructure to support school safety. And some of that had to do with buildings, a lot of it had to do with curriculum and county-wide wraparound services. And we were working with Lutheran services.
Yeah.
At that point in time, and that was amazing. That was really exceptional stuff happening. And then the grant went and all that stuff really started to get pared down with it too. So I would say that there's definitely a partnership here in Dodge County with schools. There are limited resources. We've reached out and we've talked to a private counselor here in the community, talking about what are our opportunities there. We're still kind of trying to figure that out. We are hiring through CC6 additional school psych support for Mayville School District. And again, like our second step is a branded curriculum for social emotional learning. Our teachers have supported that. We're looking at additional character education curriculum and starting some character education stuff with staff this school year. And I just say we're all in. So this training, the adolescent mental health training, while it's a requirement, but we're bringing a very large team to that, and then doing some follow-up with our staff. So we're not sure what the outcome of that training will be, but I don't know. I actually think that we're really doing a lot to be proactive. If we look at from just 3 years ago to today, but you can always do more, absolutely. So I could never come here and say, oh yeah, we're good. Never. Not when it comes to mental health in today's society. We can always do more. And we're always looking for more. And we're actually running we've restructured our emotional behavioral disability program to provide our services more targeted this year for some of our younger students. So I would say we're just really, I think we're finally feeling like if these are the needs of the students today, as they present themselves, I think we're ready for the 2019-20 school year. Now, that's not necessarily what always happens, right? So we shall see. But I do think there can be more done county level, bringing everybody together. I think a lot of it has to do with, I think I've talked about here, even that cultural responsiveness, like society's changing, world's changing. How is Dodge County handling those changes? What's the network look like as we talk about systems to support these changes that are occurring? So I think the mental health needs are not going to go away.
Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Scott. Becky, anything going
Well,
on?
we just started a second week of Jumpstart. So this is a group of about 40 kiddos that parents signed up to get a little extra boost for both reading and math leading into the start of the school year. So we've got first graders through incoming fifth graders that are participating in that. We've got 3 teachers that are running it. So our 1s and 2s are a bigger crew. So we split them up. We've got one who's teaching the reading, another who's teaching the math, and then the 3 through 5 is a more grades but smaller group of kids, and they're kind of divided up, but they are working with one teacher in the same space, but they have an assistant that are helping them out. So Jumpstart is in its second week and going well. You're starting to see teachers creep back into the building now that we are hit August, so teachers are back in and slowly starting to get their rooms ready. Parkview's in a good spot with regards to having things cleaned up and ready for teachers to start moving in and getting ready. I remember last year with the construction even at Parkview, we were scrambling just hours before, minutes before open house to have everything in place. So it feels good to kind of have things in place, and we are going to be ready for that year to start.
New roof is
The
done.
new roof is done, the awning is in the process of being taken down. New playground equipment was installed last week thanks to the PTA fund run and the funds that have been raised through that. Yeah, and things are going well at Parkview.
Can we have pictures next meeting?
I can bring
That
pictures,
stuff?
absolutely.
Yeah, fun.
Air conditioning working?
It is, yes, sir.
Climate control.
Our climate control can always be a little bit cooler in my opinion, but that's
Yeah.
just me.
Thank you, Becky.
Yep,
Bob? Nothing new at the middle school as far as activities with students, but the crew is finishing up the middle school. Rooms are ready, teachers have been in, especially those teachers that have been relocated due to the addition of the program that Scott spoke of to meet the emotional needs of our students. I believe by Friday, some of the crew will be moving to the high school, and in another week, they'll be done at the middle school. And we'll look at finalizing schedule and things like that.
Thank you, Bob. Lee?
Well, thank you for stopping up to the building tonight, give you a good idea of where we're at. And just a couple of things, as you saw, the football team was in today, first day of practice, and over the next 2 weeks, all our fall sports will be starting. Tom and each of the coaches have been holding specific meetings with teams and parents prior to the start of their specific season. Want to let you know, and I shared this before with a couple people, that Nikki, I, and Jake met through the innovation grants with the board. We were granted one of the grants to purchase the hydroponic growing system, which came in, and Jake and I and Nikki met, and we put together a plan for timing out to start the school year. So Jake brought in a couple of his officers to set up the system, and we hope to have seeds in this week, and which means 28 to 30 some days we should be growing lettuce up at the high school. So we just have to find a place where we want to display that, where we can have a nice balance between food safety, obviously, but just also promote the program. So Nikki Williams is going to help us with that in food service. So kids and Jake are pretty excited. On that same note, thanks to anyone that was out at the FFA Steak Fry last Thursday. Had a wonderful day, and I heard we brought in some hired help, John, to cook, because we were short. But thank you to everybody that supported that and came out. And then today, Scott Hilber, myself, Deb Nennig, Danielle Anderson, and Brett Clapper, which basically consists of our high school math department and our special ed teacher who co-teaches math during the school year. I attended the first of 4 days of training today down in Jefferson on our CP on math series. So we had a really good day and a lot of learning going on. So by Thursday, we'll be coming back ready to roll to start the school year with our new series.
So registration this year, from the feedback that I have, was a great success as far as increasing the amount of families that took advantage of online registration. So we have more families registered this time of the year through that process, and we did our best to embed in as many things as we possibly could naturally. So parents could actually do everything online versus in the past, yes, you went into Skyward, but you had to print everything. They had to print out all the resources. So now, hopefully it was a one-stop support shop for many of the families. So the feedback I have is all very positive up to this point. There's still plenty of families that did not register, but when I went to talk to like Carol up in the high school, she was really excited. She's got like 47 families left. So she thought that was really good.
All right, thank you. Okay, moving on down. Possible future action items? Any unfinished business? New business, we have resolution 192029, approval of resignation. Dave Oganoff for his school board position.
So moved.
Motion by Joel.
I'll second.
Second by Jim. I'll just, I'll read his letter. It says, to Scott Sable and the Mayville School Board, there are several things that are changing in my life at this time. It has become obvious to me that I may no longer be able to perform the duties of school board member. I have enjoyed my time on the board and to be part of this decision-making process for the referendum. The school is looking awesome, and I look forward to going to concerts and plays that will be performed in the remodeled auditorium. That being said, I hereby give notice that I am resigning my position on the school board effective July 31st, 2019. Thank you for understanding and keep up the good work. Dave Omanoff. And I know the main reason is he has a job change. And he's working nights, so he no longer would be able to make meetings, so we felt it was better that if he resigned and we appoint somebody to finish out his term.
I was concerned it was health related.
No.
Good.
He has taken on a job that he works second shift. So any questions on this resignation? Joe?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Motion carried 5-0-1.
You send them an official thank you and.
Yeah.
Then the other thing is, as far as, so what's next? So Jen and I looked at our last process and timeline, and we recommend to follow the same thing. So it's gonna go in the paper this week, and then applications due by the end of August, and then coming here to the board meeting on September 9th, it would be, based on this calendar. So, okay, so for appointment.
Oh, Labor Day.
Yep,
Labor
right,
Day.
you gotta fix that.
Either that or
We're gonna meet
during
on
the
the
week.
third.
third and fourth.
So, yeah, in the past we
No,
just
it's
been on
gonna be
the third,
Thursday.
didn't we? Yeah, okay. So it'll be the
So is
third.
that all
So
right
we just have
with
to adjust
everybody?
that.
The Tuesday
So you're saying, okay, right after Labor
and
Day?
after Labor Day?
That's fine, you mean on Tuesday?
Should be okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, please come fix that.
What did I put on that ad?
You put Monday, September 2nd, then. I
Which
thought,
is
well,
the
looking at the
Tuesday,
calendar,
September
and I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Tuesday,
Oh,
September 3rd.
what, just to have it in by?
No, that's when
No,
they
that's
will
what, no,
be
we
interviewing.
don't have any interviews.
The end time is still updated, so.
Yeah, we go to print tomorrow, so we still change it.
Oh, okay, thank you. She's,
Good
yeah.
time. All right, good.
I'll let you know too, you know.
Okay, resolution 192030, approval to hire Amanda Nichols, special education paraprofessional at Parkview. Motion?
So moved.
Dick,
Second.
second by Joe. Becky?
Yep, so we had a little bit of switching around take place. Noelle Brandenburg, who's been part of our early childhood program for years, took the opportunity to move into the support staff position for our new 4K teacher. So Noelle, with her shifting over to work with Karen Spittle in 4K, left an opening with our early childhood program. Amanda Nickel has been part of our special ed team before and is returning to us to join our Parkview staff. It'll be a part-time position. She's going to be working within the early childhood program within the mornings, and then she's also going to be using a little bit of that time to also become our lunchroom supervisor. So we have something that's, and someone who is consistent for each one of our lunches, that Amanda will be the supervisor for that lunchtime as well. And I'm very looking forward to having her back with us and back at Parkview.
Any questions on this approval to hire Amanda? Dick?
Aye.
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 Motion carried 5-0-1. Resolution 1920-31, approval to hire Eric Navis for special education paraprofessional at the high school.
So moved.
Motion by Joe,
Second.
second by Jim. Lee?
Was not involved in the hiring, but through the administrative team process and Kara, Eric came out as a very strong candidate.